A little win will do you. Even a big win. Phillies 6-2 over the Washington Nationals. This is Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Mr. Ben Davis, I'm Michael Barkan. There is one caveat to this win. Hopefully it does not cost them the services of their new closer, Jhoan Duran. We're going to try to provide updates for you as they become available, and we will look at that play again. I know you were concerned about it, watching him stand there on that ankle. It looked like it hit him on the ankle.
Yeah, I'm sure they're getting a picture of it right now, but hopefully everything is clear. He's a big man, and for him not to be able to put any pressure on that foot is a little concerning for me. Must have got him in the right spot. So hopefully he is okay. Get some treatment for it, and we'll see what happens. But keep our fingers crossed, Michael.
Again, updates as they become available throughout the program. Let's take a look at our Toyota. Schwarber, he was 0 for his last 14 against left-handed pitching, and we also have something, a significant record here. He has 11 home runs off of left-handed relievers, which is tied for Barry Bonds, the most since 1969, which is saying something. So Schwarber, I just hope that this win tonight lifts them up and puts them on another path, because 3 straight losses was tough to watch, 2 against Cincinnati and then last night. I hope it catapults them to someplace else.
I agree, and hopefully they can take a collective deep breath and say, all right, that 3-game losing streak's over. Worry about tomorrow, worry about Sunday, and get back in CBP against the Mariners. But it was a good game. It was a grind early on. It was a grind. Mackenzie Gore, they had him on the ropes, 37 pitches in that first inning, and then he would go on to throw 91 for the remainder of the game.
54
pitches through the next 5 innings. He was coasting. Comes out. End of the 7th, and then obviously Beater came in, Pilkington got beat up, and the rest is history. But this was a good win for the Phillies, a good team win. But I know we're talking about the offense as well. We should. This bullpen.
Yeah, bravo to the bullpen.
Well done tonight, boys. You guys got the job done.
Unfortunately, a problem with Jhoan Duran. We hope not a great one. This comes earlier in the game, in the top of the bottom of the 9th inning. He's in there. As we look at the bullpen numbers, did you think Duran wanted to stay in, or they were just waiting for a card?
No, I think he wanted to stay in because the guy hasn't pitched this last Sunday. So he wanted to get some work in and stay out there, but obviously that foot was preventing him from doing so. But if you take a look at the numbers here, this is a bullpen that's really coming into its own, and I can't talk enough about Tanner Banks and what he has done.
Yeah.
He has been lights out. The ERA down to 3.10 for Tanner Banks. He's been great against lefties, exceptional against righties, and the guy just goes out and fills up the strike zone. He doesn't care who's in the box. He's a competitive pitcher, relief pitcher, as I've seen, doesn't walk anybody, and he's really getting the job done.
Yeah, 3 runs scored in their previous 3 games, one of them a shutout. It was nice to see them explode for 6 runs, 2 in the first and then 4 later in the ball game. And the bullpen, as Ben has been saying, was absolutely amazing. But there is an issue potentially with Jhoan Duran, and here's Rob Thomson to speak about his closer.
He's over in the other clubhouse with their doctor, and he's going to get some x-rays, I'm sure. I hit him off the right ankle, the outer side of his ankle. He ran like a shot over to retrieve the ball, and then once he got there, I think the adrenaline wore off. The pain set in. But before the car came out, it took a long time. He actually said, I feel better. I think I can walk over the dugout. But we got all the steps up here, so we just wanted to use the cart and take him all the way around, so he didn't have to go up the steps.
So was he just having trouble putting weight on it there initially?
Yeah.
Was there any desire to go back in the game, or?
For him?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not for me. Even if he said he was okay, no way.
But the cart was more precautionary then?
Yeah, and just because of the stairs here. I mean, he's 240 pounds. I don't want to be carrying him up the stairs.
What did you see from Zack tonight? What did you see from Zack tonight?
Well, the velocity was better. Just a little bit inconsistency with his release point. He's yanking a few pitches, so he's still a little rusty. But but I thought it was better. We're gaining some ground. He felt good. in typical fashion, he was mad that he came out of the game at 97 pitches, so that's good. So yeah, we'll keep moving forward.
I think you all lead the major leagues in runs scored innings 7 through 9. What do you think it is about that makes your offense so effective later in the game?
I'm really not sure. I think it's one of those things, those oddities in baseball that you see, Yeah, I'm really not sure about that.
Has it almost gotten to the point with Schwarber where you feel sort of relieved to see a team bring in a lefty to face him?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of teams now that just stay away from bringing a lefty on him, just because he has so much success against them, and I guess it depends on the lefty too. But yeah, he's had really good at bats, and that was a big home run to give us a lead. And so telling Chris sort of get the air back into our lungs, it was just felt good. And then Harp back to back. It was really good to see the top of the lineup get involved tonight. Score 2 in the first. We had Gore on the ropes, and just couldn't come through at the end of that inning. We had 37 pitches in the first, so that was good to see.
So there was no doubt in Rob Thomson's mind, at least, that Jhoan Duran would re-enter the game. So, oh no, not in my mind. He was out and was going to be taken back to the clubhouse. He said initially that he was going to try to walk, but he's a big dude, and they wanted to wait for the cart, get him off his feet, which is what they did.
Understandably so. There are a lot of steps in that clubhouse. We're leading up from the dugout to the clubhouse, so definitely the right move. And again, this is a big dude you're talking about. Injuries occur in the game. That's the bottom line. Every team goes through it. All 30 teams, believe it or not, are going to have one type of injury or 20 types of injury throughout the course of the season. It's very unfortunate that it happened tonight, but the guy needs to get work in, and I have no issues with him coming in that ball game. Again, it's been a minute since he's pitched, so yeah. I have no issues with it.
If he has to miss other save opportunities or appearances, how does that affect the bullpen?
Well, I think he'd probably go either Kirk Green or Robertson to finish, to close the game, much like they did tonight. Kirk Green, it was funny to me how Kirk Green pitched the 7th inning instead of the 8th inning, and then Strom flip-flopped with him as well and pitched the 8th inning because there was that pocket of lefties that Rob Thomson wanted him to face. But I think ultimately, if there is any type of delay for Duran getting back, I think they probably go with Robertson, and they have it, again, Strom or Kirk Green go in the 7th or 8th.
It was great to see on a Friday night home run leaders in Major League Baseball, Cal Raleigh with 46, and he went yard today to get that 46. Then Kyle Schwarber and Shohei Ohtani at 43, Aaron Judge, Eugenio Suarez, and Junior Caminero with 34. That's the home run leaders, RBI leaders. That 101st home run sends him over 100 RBIs. Did I say home run? RBI. His 101st RBI sends him over 100 for the 3rd straight year. That's a feat, man.
And it's only August 15th. He's got plenty more to go. And that's why I love to see that, especially the bottom of this lineup, produce and get on base when Turner and then Schwarber and Harper have to come up, because these guys have to get pitches. If there's nobody on base, they don't necessarily always have to pitch to these big boppers. And it's nice to see them with some traffic on the pillows tonight for Schwarber, 1st and 2nd, 1 out. What are you going to do? You got to pitch to him, and he made him pay.
Back to the clubhouse. Here is Kyle Schwarber post-game.
Kind of we got a fastball slider guy and curveball, so first pitch away and first time seeing him, so kind of an idea where the heater wanted to be, and then he just kind of hung a slider there and was able to stay through it and just put a good swing on it so we could get out of there.
I know you've been asked about it a lot, but just what do you think has made you so effective against lefties this season?
I mean, I always try to say this, working on a mentality of just being in a bat versus facing a lefty, facing righty. I mean, it's completely different things where you kind of work on that differently in the cage, but it's kind of going through a little tough time with my direction there against them, but was kind of able to feel the adjustment there in the 3rd at bat where I flew up the left, so which kind of led up to going in there to that 4th at bat and kind of synced up there really well and got a good swing.
Has it gotten almost to the point where teams are sort of doing you a favor when they bring in a lefty?
I mean, I think that these arms are really good, right? It doesn't matter who. I feel like the game's changing so much now where everyone's arms are unique. You don't feel like there's similarities. It just always feels like every pitcher is always different, right? But when you feel comfortable and you feel good at the plate, you can just feel locked in and know what you want to do and go from there.
What's going on in the dugout there in the ninth inning when Duran is sort of standing there and you're not sure? Can he put weight on it? Can he not?
Yeah, you just hope for the best, right? Where it's unfortunate, it's baseball, right? It's going to happen to anyone, but you're just kind of holding your breath and still waiting to see what the result's going to be, and hopefully everything's going to be all right. But yeah, just kind of keep your fingers crossed there and hope that it's nothing super serious.
Michael, 97 pitches, 62 of which were strikes.
Yeah, he went in at 2.68. You see the bottom line, his ERA is 2.71 in 24 starts. And he pitched certainly more than well enough to win for Zack Wheeler. 5 innings, though. And what do you think the immediate future is for Wheeler now?
Take the ball every 5th day. And he's going to right the ship. He still didn't have his best stuff tonight, but still able to go out there. And, you don't want to give the Nats too much credit, but they fouled off a ton of pitches. He's not able to put those guys away, only 6 strikeouts. The thing that I noticed was only 10 swings and misses for Zack Wheeler. He's usually close to 20 on pretty much every start that he's been at throughout the course of this season. And that's one thing that they just fouled pitches off. They made him work, and they got him out of there after the 5th inning. I'm sure that was the game plan going in. See a lot of pitches, get him out of the game.
Zack Wheeler post-game in the clubhouse.
Velo was more than what you're used to. How'd you feel overall?
Felt better. Felt better as I went to. Something clicked and like the James Wood at bat the second time, and I think that was probably like the third inning. I think it was something like that. But something clicked just mechanically and tempo-wise to where I was like, this is it. So we worked. From last start to this start on a few things mechanically, and today was just a lot better. So just made a couple mistakes. I pulled that split down into a lefty, that's the running hole, and then I think I walked Wood. I don't think it should have been a walk, but I did. And then Abrams hit a good pitch at the top of the zone. So give credit to those guys, but felt better today for sure.
How would you assess how the command has kind of been progressing over your last few starts?
It's been iffy, to be honest with you. Today was a little bit better. I was able to throw high with ease instead of feeling like I was trying to throw it high. So I think my bread and butter is just letting it go. I think it rides up there. So once I get the full feel for that back, I think everything else will kind of just fall into place. Defense made some really good plays for me today, and Nick throwing the guy out at home, and JT making that catch and tag, and then I think Trey made a good play. So all around good day for the most part.
Those longer plate appearances with Bell. Of course. Is it just sort of like, okay, tip the cap to them for battling, or is it, do you go back and think, maybe if I sequence differently, or get out of the bat?
Bell's always been a tough bat for me. He's just one of those guys that has kind of owned me over my career for whatever reason, and sometimes you just have to throw stuff that you normally wouldn't throw, and we didn't really throw that kind of wrinkle up there in that at bat, but I made some good pitches, and he fouled some pitches off and finally got him. So, it was a battle. It's always a battle with him.
And you got from this past start just typical soreness, just felt normal this past week?
Yeah, everything was normal.
And again, I think it's important to note they break a 3-game losing streak. Was not fun to watch, certainly, especially last night when you're going to play a team that had 48 wins at that time. Do you think that this can rejuvenate the Phillies? Because they had been winning ball games and they had won 7 of 8 prior to this 3-game losing streak, their 5th 3-game losing streak of the season. We want to see that stop So what do you think going from here on out?
Well, hopefully it can recharge their batteries a little bit and so, again, have them just collective exhale. Whew. All right, we got that 3-game losing streak out of the way. Let's move on. We got this win underneath our belt. It was a nice win. They scored some runs later on in the ball game. The bullpen was phenomenal. They didn't get the best starting pitching out of Zack Wheeler, but he bent, but he didn't break. And that is something I think to a man, the starting rotation for the most part has done the entire season when they're not on top of their game. So some really good things to look at, and going into tomorrow's ball game, afternoon game, they should be ready to rock and roll.
Do you think Zack Wheeler still breathes fear into the hearts of hitters around baseball? Does he still do that?
100%.
Okay, I agree with you. I just wanted to hear from you. Here's Bryce Harper now, post-game in the clubhouse.
Excuse me. What'd you see in your last at bat tonight?
The homer. Got a slider over the middle and put some pretty good swing on it. Felt good.
What was kind of your perspective on Duran getting hit there?
Yeah, got hit in the ankle, I think it was. I hope he's okay. And everything, I know he probably couldn't put too much weight on it. It's a tough place to get hit, so hopefully he's good.
Topper said, by the end of it, that the delay was so long. Duran said he thought maybe he could walk off. We just saw him walk through. I mean, did you guys have a sense that, maybe that the cart was precautionary and that maybe
he dodged the
bullet?
We got 20 steps or whatever it is to get up here, so that would be smart to get him in the cart probably.
Yeah.
I think it'll be okay. It's just obviously a bad spot to get in. So I think it'll be good.
Kind of come to expect this kind of thing from Kyle at this point? Just what he was able to do tonight?
Yeah, big time homers always, man. He comes through for us. He's been our guy this whole year. He's been coming through in any situation, any spot. So it's been great to see. I cheer for the guy. It's so much fun to watch him play. He's a big time leader on our team, and he takes swings like that. It's a lot of fun to watch.
He's got 17 homers against lefties this year. He's got 11 against lefty relievers. Are they almost doing him a favor when they bring a lefty in? I know that's the book. That's the way to do it.
No, he hits lefties and righties well, and he does it for power. So, kind of pick your poison, what you want to do. Obviously, he spends a lot of time watching video, and one of the better DHs in the league. He's not the best this year, right? So he does a really good job of communicating with our hitting guy and the video and all that kind of stuff. So he kind of plans and knows what they're going to do to him, and does a good job.
What inspired the flame bat look this weekend?
My son designed it.